Welcome to another Branson Spotlight with Michael Maples, or as people call you around here, Maples.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Michael's a pretty common name.
yeah,
So it
I
gets
think
confusing.
like Michael Myers and
Yeah,
stuff. But anyways, you run a really interesting, I don't want to call it a fitness program, but why don't you explain exactly what you're doing here in town? Just give us, well, first of all, tell me what you think fitness is, because everyone has a different definition, but I think yours is very, very unique and right on point. So what is your definition of fitness?
Well, I despise the fitness industry just from what it's turned into. We've basically destroyed the English language with cheapening things. So fitness, as it was defined in the 1828 version of Webster's dictionary, the original print, was the adaptability of an item to its intended purpose, which is, I mean, if you think about it, like your microphone here is really fit to be a microphone, but it's not fit to be a door stopper. You know,
right?
Even though a door stopper might be made out of the same material, it's fit to be a microphone. Otherwise, you destroy it. So we take fitness with individuals in our culture, and we sell some package to them, buy these pants, buy this, and then everybody's got to look the same. We want you to have
To conform.
Yeah. These bigger biceps, or this larger chest, or this smaller stomach. And since you got a whole culture of people out chasing this thing that is actually unattainable for the majority, and we know that, but we're just hoping that maybe we'll find the next program this year that's going to turn us into that or whatever.
Right.
And then it just ultimately leads to depression in a lot of people if you're not that 1% that can reach this, magazine taught.
This ultimate look and stuff, where people have different genetics.
Yeah.
And I went to school for anthropology. I have a master's in anthropology. So
Really?
I know, yeah. And actually on evolution. So what you're saying really makes sense to me, because people develop different. And you see somebody with the 6-pack or the 8-pack or whatever.
I get weirded out even talking about like that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But me, for example, I work out a lot, right? And try to eat really healthy and stuff, but my body just doesn't do that. Like, my body is different,
No, you're being humble because you look great.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't get that same look. You see a picture
Sure.
of somebody on a fitness magazine, Men's Health or something,
Sure.
and you think, well, I'm going to work to get that. Well, I can work for like 2 years. I've tried like really hard.
Yeah.
And you're never going to look just like that. But in our society, people will see this image of beauty or fitness, and they think that anyone can look like that. But there's so many differences in genetics and stuff.
Yeah, and it's like, why would you want to look like that?
Right.
We all have different talents, if you will, different purposes, different like things that are almost born in you. Like those little elusive melodies that like lead you to different career paths and things that when you're a kid and you dream about doing. It's like your God-given purpose in life.
Yeah.
And we have that. And so my goal is to make people fit to do their God-given purpose, which is, some of us are farmers, some of us are moms, some of us work in office, some of us are artists, we're all different paths. Why on earth will we all look the same? You know?
You're not trying to stamp out a whole bunch of clones.
Yeah.
Cookie cutters, basically, is what we call them. Yeah.
And so it's really depressing to an individual who, they're supposed to like do these things and look like this in life, and then keep up with the Joneses, if you will. But it's also it makes what they're actually designed to do really invaluable.
Right.
So I hate that. So then when a person comes in the door, they say, "Well, I want to get fit." I'm like, well, what does that mean? Like, well, I want to get bigger biceps, or I want to.
Yeah.
You're saying, I say, for why? Like, well, because I want to be healthy. It's like, why? And I'm like, well, I want to, they try to come up with a good answer. Now they realize, like, I'm not going to buy into the body thing. So like, well, I want to, I really want to live a long time. And it's like, why even want to live? What is your purpose in life? What do you, and so they'll, say, well, if you ask somebody like, what's the point of life? What's the point of your life? What's the purpose? Usually it like freezes somebody.
Yeah.
Because
I was hoping you weren't asking me, because
I
I was
won't.
like
Yeah,
in my brain. I'm like, I really don't know.
We'll do that outside the interview. I won't put you on
don't
that
do
spot.
That.
The like I said, when somebody stalls when you ask them that, like, well, I don't know, and it's like, all right, do you have somebody? Well, let's take a large woman, for example, who stumbles in the door, and I say, what is your purpose? She's like, I don't know, and I'll say, well, do you have anybody who counts on you, like anybody that loves you? And she's like, well, yeah, there's people in my life. I'm like, well, they depend on you, right, to be healthy. good. So, there's one. And it's like, well, do you have any children? And she'd be like, yeah. This is a real example, actually.
Yeah.
She'll say, yeah, I've got a son. And say, okay, cool. So I'll put that aside. Like, all right, cool. Well, welcome to the gym. I need you to go outside, and I need you to. There's some stairs out there, and you're going to do 20 laps of stairs. It's free. It's on me. 20 laps of stairs. Go. I'll see you in a bit. She's like, I can't do that. I say, well, why not? And she's like, well, I'd die doing 20 laps of stairs. And so, like, okay, all right. Well, so I get in a deeper conversation with her to kind of get the stairs out of her mind. And then I brought up an example. You said you had a son, right? She said, yeah. I said, his name's Jake. Okay. I said, let's say that Branson was actual city that had big buildings besides one hotel.
Right.
Let's say we had tall buildings, all right? And you work on the 22nd floor of the building. And your son's in daycare, and he's on the 43rd floor because it's a pretty view for a daycare, and kids like it. So they put him up at the top. Let's say a building catches on fire. How good a mom are you? Are you out the door? Are you leaving? Or are you going to go up, get your son, and then get out of the building? She's like, well, I'm going to go get my son. I'm like, why would you do that? She's like, well, I love him. And I say, well, that's great. But you told me a minute ago that 20 flights of stairs would kill you, and he's 21 flights of stairs away.
Right.
Not to mention you got to run down 43 to get out the building. I said, but I believe that you'd make it to get your son up those stairs because you love him. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, I would. And it's like, perfect. So we've just hit it. If I told you to go do 20 flights of stairs right now, you would go out, you would quit in the middle. You'd come down, you say, I'm out of breath. I can't do it. I'm not joining this place. But if I say, go save your son, you do it.
Yeah.
No longer are you running stairs. You're now saving your son.
You have a goal. It's a real life scenario for her now.
So let's put a higher reason into why you're doing the actions that you're doing. And she's like, okay, all right, got that. I was like, all right, so your son, you have him and you love him. He's not in a burning building right now, right? But we're all getting older, and you're really unhealthy, and at the rate you're going, you might die young. You may not die young, and if you don't, if at the rate you're going to be really unhealthy. You're going to be in a wheelchair. You're going to get health problems. It's going to take financial strains. You're not going to be able to move. It's like your son gets older, he's going to need you at certain moments in his life. He's going to need you there for when he gets married. He's going to need you there when he has kids. He's going to need you there when you have grandkids. I said, do you want to be a grandma that's in a wheelchair, or do you want to be a grandma that's up playing with your kids or with your grandkids? How can you be more effective? She's like, well, if I can be up playing, that would be great. I was like, all right. I was like, so this 21 flights of stairs up to save your son isn't an activity today, but it's a choice. Every flight, every set of stairs is a year, and so you take one at a time. And every time you take a step, every time you do a motion, you keep that purpose in mind. And those results that you're looking for about getting fit, those will come along as a result of the change, because change happens in a heart and happens in an instant, and the result of change happens over time.